Hello and welcome to another Friday night scary stories. Tonight's story, Operation Blind Echo, is a paranormal soldier's tale. Let's see what happens deep in the jungle of Panama when no one's looking and no one remembers. They told us it was for the mosquitoes. That's what the cadre said when they handed out the little white pill every morning in Panama. Prevents malaria, they claimed. No one questioned it. Hell, it was hot, wet, and crawling with things you didn't want inside you. So we took them every day. But it wasn't long before things started getting weird. Not during the day. The jungle, the sweat, the shouting, all that was real. Basic training, as hellish as they warned it would be. But the nights, that's when things changed. The dreams came first. They were vivid, too vivid. Blood, sand, gunfire. Not the tropical kind, but desert storms and scorched cities. I'd never been deployed. None of us had, but we were seeing the same things. We compared details, whispered about them when the drill sergeants weren't breathing down our necks. We remembered the names of men we never met, watched them die in firefights, felt the kick of rifles we hadn't been issued, smelled burnt flesh. We woke up sweating, screaming, or completely numb. One guy, Morales, stopped sleeping altogether. "We're not dreaming," he told me one night, eyes bloodshot and sunken. "They erased us." He just wasn't the same after that. A week later, he accidentally fell into a ravine during a night exercise. At least, that's what the report said. They cleared out his bunk before sunrise. That's when I started writing everything down, every detail I could recall after every dream. The language I spoke in them wasn't English. Sometimes I understood Russian. Sometimes I was Russian. One night I looked in the mirror and saw a different face. We weren't trainees, not really. The pill never was for malaria. It was a cover-up, part of something called Project Blind Echo. I learned that name in a dream where I stood in a room full of monitors, overseeing bodies strapped to tables, their minds rewired, memories overwritten. I wasn't watching, I was commanding. And to this day, the dreams haven't stopped. Not even years later, I see the same faces, feel the same mission. One of the dreams showed me my own execution carried out by a version of myself in a different uniform. There's a shadow that follows me. Every so often, a black SUV parks across from my apartment building. New plates, tinted windows. I don't know if it's government or something worse. I tried asking the VA for my Panama medical records. They told me my records didn't exist. Like I was never there, but I remember the heat, I remember the pill, and I remember the war, the one I was never deployed to, the one that's still happening somewhere deep in my memory. Somewhere not entirely human. They made soldiers out of us. They made ghosts too. The truth came back in pieces. A reoccurring dream started cropping up, always the same. A mission briefing in the jungle clearing, heavy rain. A sergeant I didn't know handing us photos, not of insurgents, but of something else. Blurry images, tall, gaunt, humanoid figures with glowing eyes and skin like rotting bark. The locals call it the living bone. We were told it was a myth, but that was a lie. Our real mission, to track it, capture it, or eliminate it. The pills? They weren't just for memory suppression. They allowed the brain to interface with the thing's psychic field. The cryptid wasn't just a physical threat, it was parasitic. It lived in thought, in memory. Without the drug, contact with it could splinter your mind permanently, lock you into a loop of false timelines. One soldier, Daniels, wandered into the jungle during a routine patrol and came back speaking in dead languages. Another started convulsing, whispering coordinates no GPS could track, coordinates that led underground. The jungle, in Panama, it covered something, an opening, a black stone gate older than human history. They say that's where the cryptid came from, or maybe that's where we put it once, buried it, and forgot. Project Blind Echo wasn't just about war, it was about containment. But something went wrong. Maybe the creature got inside too many of us. Maybe the dream memories were its way of clawing back out. Or maybe, just maybe, we weren't supposed to survive the training. I don't know who I am anymore. Some nights I hear something moving outside my window. Not a car, not a person. A dry rustling, like leaves scraping over bone. I'm scared to sleep, but I always do. And that's when it talks to me, not in words, but in feelings. And every morning I wake up just a little less me. I think the real war is still happening, and we're all still deployed. We just don't remember it. Thanks for watching another Friday night spooky campfire story. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. I'll leave a link for last week's story in the description below. If you like this kind of stuff, there's also a playlist of all the Friday night stories. We'll see you again next week.